Good morning, everyone. This is Dr. Victoria Skirbo at the Siege of Transformation Healing Center. Um, it is raining like crazy. We have a nor'easter going on. I'll show you, but I thought I could start this day by showing you the progress we've made on the downstairs. Hi, Apollo. That was Apollo. Downstairs bedroom. I know some of you guys are interested in this stuff. And while it's not as beautiful as the garden, it's certainly a lot drier. So what we did here is we put the furniture in the middle of the room, and so that we could walk around the room and do what needs to be done. But let me step in here, and you can see out the window there that it's not that clement. So as I show you our progress, I'll tell you what's going on in the sky. In the sky, this is the bedroom that my mother used to live in, actually. This was her room, and it has an ensuite. This was the color on the walls, but we had to actually, I know I talk about the astrology, but I want to tell you this story first. She used to sit right here, and in order to get our attention, she used to take her cup and bang it against the wall, and she put a pretty large hole in the wall at like 98. It's almost like the hole came in. I put a hole in the wall. I'm like, Ma. She's like, well, you can't hear me. Ay, ay, ay. She was very persistent, and when she wanted, she knew what she wanted, and she wanted it now. I want it all, and I want it now. Sorry, guys. This was just some colors we were looking at to put on this wall. That's pretty dark. That was an oops paint I wanted to take a look at, but not the color I'm going to do. I'm still going back and forth between a green and a blue, I think. So, and this is, I believe, going to be a bedroom. We do have 2 bedrooms upstairs that we use, but this is the fireplace. It is an original fireplace, although it no longer has a chimney connected to it. This is the oldest part of the house, as you can tell by the floors, which we are not going to redo, but we're going to clean up real good. And with these kind of floors, there's like, you see my foot here, there's like chinking between this, and you have to put like wood filler in there just to keep it, I don't know, just to keep it from all this dirt going in the cracks. Okay, so I'll bring you over to the garden now, and we'll talk about the astrology. See, I'm experimenting here to see what color I may want. Here are some options, some green options. Hey, if you guys have a preference to any of those greens, let me know. That is some tiles that we're going to put in the bathroom. And there's that blue right there next to the tile. That's a beautiful color too. That would look nice in here, especially with the pine floors, the pumpkin pine, because blue is a complementary color of orange. So let's take a look outside, and you get the benefit of seeing the garden without me having the non-benefit of getting wet in this crazy day that we have. So the moon is in Sag. The moon is in Sag today. And of course, Sag is about broad perspective. What's going on today, the major aspect is a square between Mars and Neptune. This is the third of 3 first quarter crisis in action squares that have happened between Mars and Neptune because of Mars's retrograde motion. One of the squares was while Mars was retrograde. One happened in October, one happened in November, and now the last one is happening in March. And so everything that was accumulated and the information, because Mars was in Gemini through this whole period, back and forth, more and more information, some seen, some hidden. Now we have this giant wave that's about ready to crash. And of course, we can't, Neptune is always connected on some level to the weather. And so we see these large storms sort of like sweeping across the nation. This is the energy of change along with everything else that's happening. Saturn in Pisces, and soon Pluto in Aquarius, there's a big shift of energy. And if you've been noticing, there's been a lot of like repositioning of world powers, as it were, in preparation sort of for the next wave. But my only problem with that is that the rules that applied previous, really, while rules still apply, it's a different world, and we can't use the same old ways to navigate it. So, and those in power know it. And we, the people, have to rise up to let them know what we need. And if we don't get what we need, then they should no longer be in power, right? Okay. So there's that. Big. So there's a big wave. You can be confused, even though it's a crisis in action and you want to take an action, because we're dealing with Neptune. You don't really know what action to take, or if the action you take is going to have the end product of what you want. So there's a sense of unintended consequences with this sometimes. But this is the world we're in, and be careful out there. Mars and Neptune, especially when they're in stressful aspects like the square, there can be anger, but Neptune tends to blur the boundaries, so you might not even be able to see where the lines in the road are today, nor anybody else can see the lines in the road. So people may not be paying attention to where the lines are, whether they be actual lines, like lines in the road, or metaphorical lines. So be aware of that. But the shift is happening, and we're part of it. So sorry about being inside. I know you guys will say, oh, stop it, don't worry about it. But I do like to go outside when I can. And I do like actually going outside sometimes when it's stormy, because you can feel the energy of it. But there's been a lot of, every time I've gone out recently, there's been a lot of new life energy out there. So I'm digging it, baby. All right, guys, I will keep you posted on this. Let you know what I decide as far as colors, and you'll be here through the whole process. The ceiling, we had to scrape all the old stuff off and fix a couple of spots, but my plan is to put some textured wallpaper up there. The only problem is Michael has 2 bum shoulders, and he told me he can't help me. And I've never done wallpaper before. So if anybody's out there who lives close, who knows how to do wallpaper, yeah, if you want to come by, give me a hand. We'll feed you. Michael makes some good grub. Oh my God, don't even look in there. I should have even showed you that. That's where the bed and all the other stuff is being stored while we do this. All right, guys, have yourself a wonderful day. Like and subscribe if you would. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Namaste.